Okay.
It was my fault today. It was completely and totally my fault. I hopped on the bike, was like, all right, let's knock this out. And I had time for a shower. I didn't have time for all those things. So wet hair, it doesn't feel good. So I'm being punished.
Were you on the Nordic track?
I was, yeah.
All right.
I was like, oh, let me just do a 30-minute one, nice and easy. And it was only like I think it was like 4 or 5 miles. I was like, oh, easy. It was like 2,000 elevation gain. It did not say that when I started. Dude, it was uphill. We were in Barcelona, Spain. It was not fun.
Barcelona.
It hurt.
I'm pretty sure I've done that one.
Yeah,
recently.
Literally, it's the HIIT workout. You just go straight up, and it just never stops. And you just go, and then even at the very end, guess what? You're still going, and they're off the bike, and you're still going straight.
Yeah, that annoys me. It's like the ride's over.
Why am I still pushing hard? Yeah. That's okay. Oh, baby. We here.
We steer?
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna, and this is G. Happy. Yes. So just a heads up, because I think we've done this for the past few years. We've broken up the episodes the week of the Super Bowl, right? And it's like, how can this team win? And how can the next team win? And then there's always complaints after we do the first one in the comments of, wait, what do you mean? The Seahawks can't win? When are you going to do it? That's going to happen on Friday. So just we're going to get ahead of that this year. And again, we're doing the Patriots this year, and today. And then we're going to be doing the Seahawks. So we'll be
Friday.
We'll be doing it that. So yeah, we'll be.
Yeah. I mean, it's Super Bowl week. I guess we'll talk about the Super Bowl teams finally.
I guess.
Huh?
I guess.
Target Bradford. End stream.
Imagine that just shut it all down.
That's how the Patriots win? Is that what you're saying?
That's it. Hey, make it extra long. It's true. It's true. We're wrong. We have a bunch to talk about there. The news in the NFL has died down a little bit. It's gone down a little bit. The coaching hires, we talked about those last week. We ranked all of those. And now we're starting to really just focus on the Super Bowl. I'm going to be honest with you. I forgot that the Pro Bowl stuff started. Yes, I forgot that was yesterday. I didn't see it until Micah Parsons was out on a scooter, which was, I'm going to assume, the best part of it. Did you watch any of it?
Well, that was one part of it. The part that I preferred, and let me just pull it up here for us all. Oh my God, where are you?
Yep.
Too many tweets. Oh, here we go. Back to back. I got back to back bangers on there.
Oh, I saw Anakin. I saw. Listen, even if Micah Parsons was out there on the scooter, I still think he'd probably be our best pass rusher. So,
yeah,
just throw him on out there.
Why was he was using like a camcorder?
He was using a maybe he's just like super old school. Like maybe he just wants to go back to, better times.
I thought that was interesting.
Yes, the Jets also did hire Frank Reich as their offensive coordinator.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, that came out today. That is, yes. Because it was flag football yesterday.
Yes. My favorite part was just the AFC introduction of the quarterbacks. Oh, dude, X, you suck. You suck, X.
No, it does? I'm shocked.
Like, it does this thing where the videos just won't load.
It's true.
But you got Joe Burrow Joe Flacco and Shedeur Sanders as the AFC Pro Bowl quarterbacks, Tom. And when you really think about it, that means the Bengals had 2 Pro Bowl QBs. The Browns had 2 Pro Bowl QBs, but we had just 3 Pro Bowlers.
Ohio, rise up.
This question should be on an SAT somewhere.
I feel like this could be a Jeopardy question down the line.
No. When does 2 + 2 = 3? That's the question. This needs to be in algebra books. It needs to be taught across this country for when math doesn't math up. And of course, it would be Cleveland and Cincinnati showing us the way.
It's Ohio, baby.
It is.
That's a great question. See, here's the thing. Are we going based off of my first one's Snorlax, right? Just throw Snorlax on that offensive line. I don't even know if I need anybody else, right? So Snorlax as our O lineman, solid. But then I was thinking, what if we do a little Mewtwo? What if we do a little Alakazam, right? Because then they could just lift people. But I'll go Snorlax. Go Snorlax. Perna, what do you think? Which of the 1,025 Pokemon would you add to your offensive line?
The one that would shoot me in the brain and put me out of my misery. Who would that be?
I'm trying to think about. I don't know if there's any Pokemon who have a gun.
Well, give me the one that will make me forget about Pokemon.
Well, I mean, Jigglypuff could put you to sleep. There's a few that could give you.
I'll take it.
Right?
I'll take it.
Yeah, well, I think I'm one of those, right? That's solid. Crazy thought Seahawks would be a best of wild card team, and now they're in the Super Bowl. Yeah, I had them at a ceiling. What was I? Did I have like 10 wins for their ceiling somewhere around there? Because last year they were a 10-win team, but they weren't like a great 10-win team. Their defense had gotten better. But yeah, the benchmark I always use at the Packers, who were the 7 seed, like Packers took care of them pretty easily. So, dude, Sam Darnold, I didn't know what that was going to look like, but Gray's able. I mean, I was pounding the table for them to draft him, and dude,
nobody thought the Seahawks would be in the Super Bowl.
What'd you say?
Nobody thought the Seahawks would be in the Super Bowl.
No.
Anybody going, you counted us out. So the fuck did you? I didn't see Seahawks fans like, yes, we got Sam Darnold. We are finally going to get over this hump. This hump where they were becoming the Steelers, where it's like, yeah, they're solid, but they moved on from Russ. They moved on from Pete. They had Geno play well for a season. Nobody thought the Seahawks or the Patriots would be in the Super Bowl.
The Patriots wild card team too.
Yeah, like that was. I think those were I would say those are complimentary predictions for those teams.
Yeah. But honestly, the team that I thought out of the West, would be the Rams. I was super high on there, and they made it to the NFC Championship game, so close. But an off-season episode ranking owners, that honestly would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we've thought about doing owners and
I think offensive line coaches.
Their money and where they got their money. It's all blood money, by the way.
What about the Packers?
Oh, they're the worst defenders.
Oh, yeah? How so? Do they not allow unions?
You guys have the most owners in jail.
I guess that's true. I don't think we have any on the Epstein list,
the most crimes. There are a lot of good ones out there, but
yeah, I don't think any of our owners are on the Epstein list. I can't say the same about some other NFL teams, though.
Yeah, well, the Giants.
Yeah.
The Giants.
There's a few. So this is also what I want to talk about. And this is also why I wanted to do the Patriots first. Because I've seen this a few times over the past couple of weeks, ever since the AFC Championship, that there's folks that think this is going to be a blowout game and think that the Patriots are going to get completely destroyed. I really don't think so. I don't. But then again, I didn't think that the Eagles-Chiefs game was going to go the way that it did last year, but I was very wrong about that.
Yeah.
But it just feels like the Patriots defense is going to keep them in that game because they have been phenomenal. I know that we talked about this during predictions, but I know they haven't gone up against the best of offenses, but their defense has been superb. And on top of that, we'll see how Drake Maye did struggle against the Broncos defense, but I don't know, man. I think it's going to be a pretty competitive game. I could see it being a low scoring game too. Like I could see it being like a 17
lower scoring,
like a 17-14 game, somewhere around there. I could see that.
I mean, based on these numbers right here, I predict a 36-18 win for the Seahawks.
36-18.
That's how this always plays out.
Mm.
It's not because the Seahawks scored a lot of points against a 49ers defense that was, just maxed out. It maxed out.
Good. That's a good way to put it.
Or that the Rams defense doesn't have its own issues.
Yeah.
Or that the Patriots had to play arguably the 3 best defenses in the NFL, at least on the AFC side. They're going to get probably the best defense in the Super Bowl in Seattle. So I get why the confidence is there. If you're leaning into the Seahawks winning this game.
Mm-hmm.
But New England, they had to go through LA, they had to go through Houston, and then they had to go through Denver. And 2 of those games, weather was also a factor, which I think contributes to their offensive production slowing. Even outside of just playing Houston and Denver in those last 2 games. There's a lot of interesting things to consider with the Patriots because Drake Maye has not been nearly as effective as a passer through the postseason. And you go, is that because the defenses that he's faced are just that much better? Probably. I would assume that has a big part of it, and I would assume that trend's going to continue against Seattle. Now, it doesn't mean he can't be effective and that they can't win. I just think some of that MVP hype that we had around Drake Maye because of what he was doing through the air, specifically his deep ball all season, so effective. I like maybe you get one or 2 of those plays against Seattle max. It's really, I think for the Patriots, they got to lean on their run game. They need a lot of production out of Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson, who's been very quiet in the postseason. When Stevenson was hurt, we watched Henderson really pick up the pace, and he started to emerge as a holy shit. Who's this dude?
Yeah,
like we've been waiting for Travion Henderson to get these touches, and he had those 2 games where he had 5 touchdowns in 2 games, and really I think got people excited. And then Ramondre came back, and they started to split the carries, and to me, it's about finding which of those running backs is going to have success against Seattle. And that is not an easy unit to run against. Nope. They're arguably the best run defense in the NFL this season. So I think it's a much tougher game to predict than I think people are hinting at.
I agree with that. Yeah. Ashley, what if I may have discussed it already, but the Pro Bowl would have been awful if not for Joey B, Jamar, and T. Houday was still not very good. Yeah, I feel like that's been the Pro Bowl for a hot minute, but still not very. Perna and I have been on the same wavelength, I think, with the Pro Bowl for a while of just bring back, they started bringing the games back and stuff. It's just see who could throw it the furthest. This, you know what I mean? Like the old school, when they had Favre back there and they were just oh yeah, just bomb a 70-yarder. I don't know. I mean, I feel like the coverage of it has died down, but also just because it has 0 stakes. And on top of that, it doesn't have that allure anymore either, right? Where it's kind of oh, okay, it's this big thing. I don't know. It's been diluted a whole bunch. It just doesn't mean nothing.
And they don't really try even in their flag football game.
Because why should they?
You could get a competitive flag. That's where I'm at now. Okay, can we at least get a competitive flag football game? No, probably not. There was the clip of the NFC side running a tush push, and it was just to me, it was the saddest clip I've ever watched of the Pro Bowl. It was the tush push in flag football.
Yep.
And I listened to Steve Young talk about it on Dan Patrick, and he was talking about how he's some of the worst beatings I ever took were in the Pro Bowl. And he's that's because you had guys going out partying. They were getting hammered the night before the game. He's like, then you had guys like, I don't know who you're going up against, like Bruce Smith and Reggie White, who were not drinking. And they were just annihilating my offensive line and beating the shit out of me. And he was like, it was a problem. And he was advocating for the Pro Bowl to, that it's unnecessary and players should not be putting their body in harm's way. And
Sure.
I think we can agree with, nobody wants to get hurt at the Pro Bowl.
Nobody.
That's a tough look. But there's no allure. There's no reason to watch. They've bastardized the games and the challenges, and even like clipping out those things. Has there been any fun or viral moments from the Pro Bowl games of like players doing something cool? No.
I literally saw Shadur throw an interception, and then I saw Micah Parsons on a scooter.
That was it.
That's what I saw.
You saw Micah Parsons filming cheerleaders like a pervert. You saw him being a pervert, and that's what people are like. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this perv.
The fact that it's a camcorder too, because he's riding on the scooter and it's just like.
I don't know. It would have been funnier if he had like a full-on, studio level EFT camera on his shoulder. But it's the Pro Bowl is dead. I don't think there's a way to save it at this point.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Good. Good. Shots. Explosive.
It's my defensive coordinator. That's him. That's our guy now. So, yeah. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't know if there's any saving it. I don't think that there's enough in it to increase the stakes, and it also feels like it has been diluted to the point where it's just for clippable social media moments, right? I mean, I don't think that there's any substance anymore. And I mean, I'm going to be very honest. I don't remember the last time the Pro Bowl really mattered a whole lot. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute. So I don't know, man.
That's like the decline started when players realized like they should not be trying. And that was when the game was still like a game.
Yeah.
And then they tried to do like the fantasy draft version of the Pro Bowl, where like the two guys would like draft their teams and like former players. I forget, it was like Jerry Rice and somebody, I think, but
they had the Mannings in there.
Yeah.
It's done. The other thing before we jump into the Super Bowl and talking about the Patriots too. So you want to talk about Frank Reich. So he's now the offensive coordinator for the Jets, right? Yes. How are you feeling about that? I don't think it's the worst.
No.
I know it's it's the Jets, but I don't think it's the worst thing.
No, I think it's probably a good thing for the Jets. I mean, they still need a quarterback. Like, you could bring in the best offensive coordinator in the league, but if you don't have a quarterback, like, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, the Jets are they've got so many problems.
They got issues. I mean, like, they got to figure it out more than just offensive coordinator. But I feel like Frank Reich, he has a ton of experience. Yeah. Right? I mean, like, he has a ton of experience. He's done some good work before. As a head coach, yeah, I'll grant you. That one, maybe not so much. But I think he's going to be at least a decent OC.
Yeah. I mean,
issues. I did see that going. Yeah.
When you get respectable quarterback play, your job as an offensive coordinator makes sense and it works.
Sure.
I mean, I'm trying, like, put Justin Fields in with Sean McVay. What are the results?
Sure.
I still don't think they're good. I think you might retrospectively say Sean McVay actually did get the best out of Justin Fields. And that was, I mean, the Steelers actually did okay with Justin.
All right, sure.
But like, I think that's your ceiling for Frank Reich with, a massive hole at QB. Now the Jets have the second pick. They got a guy they like there. I think you can lean on Frank Reich to develop your young quarterback and make maybe the Jets are a team too that makes a play for a guy like Malik Willis or whoever, and then they, draft somebody. I don't know, man. But what I do know is Aaron Glenn fired a fuck ton of people off his staff.
Dude, holy God, like just cleaned house.
Like that's one of the biggest red flags I have seen from a year one head coach. Because you're admitting one of two things. You're admitting that every guy I hired was wrong. So I and our GM suck at evaluating coaching talent, which means we're probably going to continue to suck at that. Like, did we learn from our mistakes? Are we better at evaluating humans after 1 year of having the wrong guys there? Or you're trying to cover up for the fact that you suck as a head coach. It's either you're terrible and you're trying to save your job, or you're admitting that you did a terrible job at hiring your staff.
So here's the thing too, dude. Like Aaron Glenn, after the first year didn't go well. I think that is a very neutral statement that it did not go well. And I feel like he's already probably on the hot seat this season, right? I could definitely see Aaron Glenn if things continue to go poorly, which already with the Jets, it already looks like it's trending in that direction. Now they do have a bunch of draft picks, right? So they are going to have to hit home runs on these picks in April, because otherwise things are going to be problematic. Yeah. My concern is not only did you fire a whole lot of your staff, but two, if Aaron Glenn, if it's still a developing football team and he doesn't have a very long runway, right? Are they going to draft all these folks and then they're going to be out of a head coach halfway through the year, or even getting through the full season, and then we're going to be starting again after all the, I don't know, man. The Jets have potential with the amount of capital that they have in the draft, but oh boy, do I not trust that ownership / front office to do the right thing. No, I really don't.
The other, I could live with, if the Jets had to make one or two coaching changes. You're like, you know what, this didn't work out. I think it was like seven or eight guys they scapegoated.
Yeah.
And the other part of that is it doesn't make sense to me if you're canning that many people while also maybe getting the credit of tanking, right? And I'm not saying the Jets were tanking. I'm saying Jets fans who are trying to rationalize what happens, we stripped down to nothing. We didn't get the number one pick. We should have got the number one pick, but sure. This was our version of tanking. You can't do that and then fire half your staff, because that just means
that's tough.
You had higher expectations than that. And for the first part of the season, the Jets felt like a team that was competitive and close, but they kept losing. Probably you're going back to that Buccaneers game, right, where they had their moment with the special teams return, and then they still lost. But they had maybe one of the worst Decembers of football we've ever watched a team have.
It was pretty bad.
So yeah, the Jets, hopefully Frank Reich, who's had head coaching experience, who has had success as a play caller and coordinator, hopefully that's a stabilizing force for the Jets offense. I think they need that. They need the guy to develop whoever they bring in. And I do not think, Aaron Glenn is going to really meddle or have impact on the offensive side of the ball. This is going to be Frank Reich's offense, and he's going to have a lot of input on how they build and structure that moving forward.
I can see that. Ryder, I actually don't hate that. Make all the folks who are eligible for the draft go up against some, take some of those folks and then put them up against the vets in the NFL. That'll spur some competition. It's flag football. I'd be more interested in that. Right?
Yeah, if it was like a combine off, vets versus the rookies coming in.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
That would be way more. That's a good idea.
Right? Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think that's what you're talking about, but yeah, I think that's I would watch that.
Yeah.
Have some of the top QB prospects come out and go up against some of the vets. Even if you're
just /combine.
You'd have to make it around this time, because there is no shot that veterans are going to be doing anything in March, or late February for the combine. Like you're going to have to get them earlier. But yeah,
you could get Tyreek Hill out there running the 40 against, the top guys coming in.
Yeah.
Xavier Worthy.
I think it'd be fun.
Put me up there on the bench press versus whoever.
You've up there, right?
Yeah, me.
I still think
I get to lift a lightweight, and they have to do the hard ones. Let's see who's better.
What weight are you going to be pushing?
Whatever I want that is enabling me to look strong, while also being able to outperform
NFL athletes,
future NFL athletes.
Got it.
Actually, I don't even bench. I don't have a bench. I probably haven't bench pressed since college.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Something's getting hurt, even with the lightweight.
I did not know that. Did he got arrested again? I did not see that.
Oh yeah, another I think violation of his parole.
Oh, okay. There you go. It's Super Bowl week. There's one other story I want to talk about before we jump into the Patriots, and that is the NFL interim executive, the NFLPA interim executive director.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that shit.
Yeah, said that
I forgot about that nightmare.
There is no appetite from the players to add an 18th game. This is my shocked face. This has been the thing that the NFL has been harping on for a while. They've been talking about opening the CBA because they want to add another game. They want to make like an international game every single year for like every squad, the whole 9 yards. And the thing that I wanted to talk about is, of course, there's no appetite for it because, one, if you add an 18th game, personally, I think it makes everything worse, right?
Yes.
You're going to probably have to add a second bye, but it dilutes the season even further. I hate the fact that we even added a 17th game. But on top of that, and I think that this is why you're not going to see a ton of movement unless the NFLPA completely rolls over like they did for the 17th game, is that players, just the player, they got absolutely nothing out of adding another game. They got owners, they made a whole lot more money, right? And the TV deals and the broadcast, they made a ton of money. Now we can sell a random week 16 primetime game to Peacock or Amazon or whatever the hell they're doing now. And they can make $100 million on that game and blah, 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 blah.
That's Good Sports Plus. Streaming one game in 2035.
Exactly. But they didn't get anything out of it except more injury risk. They got to play another game, right? And so, yeah, I think that the NFL is going to have to do some actual negotiating here if they want to add another game, which again, I am very, 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 very against because
what if
I don't think it does anything good for the league. Except
what if they add an 18th game, Tom, but they don't add an extra week to the season? What if, say, week 8, every team plays a doubleheader? Huh? Every team plays a doubleheader week 8. 2 Broncos games, 2 Packers games, 2 Chiefs games, 2 Raiders games, 2 games for every team. You thought your body hurt after a regular game. Wait till we double punch you in the dick.
So just because the salary cap goes up, which the salary cap I think is going over, it's like $300 million or something that's popping up again. Because I think it's going up. I want to say, I had to look up these numbers again. I think it's like $30 million again from where it was this past season. That doesn't benefit everybody on the roster. If you are a fringe roster player who now just has to play an extra game and you're getting paid like $200,000 a year, that's not really going to help you too much. So if you're a big time star, sure, maybe you're going to be able to see some of that when your contract is up, but that's not helping everybody. And again, just having to put your body through yet another game. I don't know, man. I don't want 2 bye weeks.
Salary cap is going to go up no matter what.
Yes, that's also because they're just bringing in a godly amount
Salary
of money.
cap goes up because the NFL profits more. Each owner gets more money. The salary cap only goes up because every owner makes a shit ton more money.
Oh, they make a lot of money. Money.
I forget what the percentage split was, too. It was like 52-48 or Something like that. The owners make more percentage of the profit. And I think that was something in the last CBA. I think most people thought it was going to be a closer number. But the owners got exactly what they wanted in terms of the rev split percentage-wise.
Of course they did.
But, yeah, I think increasing the roster size would be beneficial, sure. But we really just glazed over my doubleheader Week 8 solution.
I did.
So I'm gonna stick by that. I'm gonna start sending some emails to Roger Goodell and see what we can do. Because we also learned that the players love the international games. They love being ambassadors for the NFL. So that's also something that that Goodell said. And I saw 0 players have like a conflicting thought on that.
No, not at all. Not at all. Practice squad players this year made $234,000. If you're a fringe roster player, you're gonna make like $200,000. So that's what
which is great.
Sure,
but you might not be a.
You get called up for a game, then you go back down again.
Roster next season, next week. If you are somebody who is fighting to stay in the NFL, you're not getting your fair share.
No, dude. And again, like you're seeing these superstars who are going to make a ton of money, right? Because they're like
great.
freak athletes and they're going to be quarterback, what have you. But that's not everybody, man. It's not. This also, if the Jets get an interception in week 1, I think their defensive coordinator is going to get like a 5-year extension. He's getting Gatorade.
He's getting Gatorade poured all over him.
Full Gatorade bath, everything like that.
That player's automatically whoever that player is, they're going to the Pro Bowl. They're already a Pro Bowler. First Jet to get a turnover. 2026/7 Pro Bowler.
College All-Star versus Pros game. I watched that. Again, I think that would be interesting. Even if it's flag football, fine. Yeah, because again, right, you don't want anybody to get injured, especially good God. Can you imagine right before the draft?
Yeah. What if now we've talked about this, thousands of times, right? You can have the 2 worst teams play for the number 1 draft pick. But how about instead we take the worst team in the NFL and we go longest yard style? And they play a prison league. Worst team in the NFL versus a team made of prisoners. If the prisoners win, they get out of jail. And those players have to go serve the rest of their sentence.
Is this just you trying to get Patrick Mahomes in prison for being a good quarterback? Is this what?
Patrick Mahomes takes his father's place in prison.
There you go. Okay. there you are. There you go. I mean, there's a few players though that might do well. They might do well. No, but it's also, again, I don't like the 2 bye weeks, and also just, dude, I am okay with the international games because especially for fans who do not get to see the NFL and get to see their favorite teams, I'm all about it. To make every single team go every single season is a lot.
Yeah,
like that's what they're building up. That's a lot. That is a lot. So like you just have to do right by the players. And the good thing is the NFLPA has always had the players' best interest at heart. There has been no shenanigans.
I mean, what's going to prevent them from playing a game on the moon at this rate, Tom? International series? How about the intergalactic series?
And now we're talking. That's how you save the Pro Bowl, on the moon. You put the Pro Bowl on the moon.
No gravity.
There's a few flat earther NFL players, right? They're first ballot Pro Bowlers. They go up there and there's like, okay.
Actually, this would be pretty cool. What if they played a game like on a battleship?
Like an aircraft carrier?
Yeah, a huge military battleship.
Okay.
That'd be sick.
Is it moving?
Yeah, it's on the water. It's got to move.
But it could be docked.
No, move it.
Okay, so go. What are you doing about field goals?
Just kick them.
You're just going to lose the ball?
Have you seen how big those ships are? I'm pretty sure you could fit 2 football fields on a lot of them.
I don't know.
That would be great for the troops. What are you talking about, you anti-American?
I knew that one coming as soon as you started talking.
You don't like this country?
I don't think there's enough space.
USA.
Like, there's enough for the jets to take off, right? But I don't even know if the Jets would do good on an aircraft carrier. And I mean the football team. I don't know.
Yeah, it's got to be Jets versus Patriots.
Jets Patriots.
Jets Patriots. That's a military battleship game.
And it's Thursday Night Football too.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Because you could clear some of those things out there, right? I don't think anything on top of the battleship's important, right? You could make way for a football field.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if every time one team scores, they fire off a fucking torpedo. And if it hits something, it hits something. That's just football, baby. That's just football.
Just football. Unfiltered thoughts on keeping Bowles. I don't agree with it. I don't think that I have seen enough from Todd Bowles that has given me a ton of confidence. The thing that I'm hopefully excited for is that maybe there's going to be some stability and consistency at offensive coordinator, for Baker Mayfield, because I think that is very much needed. But yeah, Bowles, last year, even before this past season, I was like, okay. And then I don't know. I mean, I get they have a ton of injuries, right? And technically they won that last game. But before that, man, they were going well.
Keeping Todd Bowles actually looks a lot smarter right now.
With the coaching
if the Bucs were having to try and find a head coach in this cycle, like, dear God.
I don't know. Do you think that they could have gotten one of the better coaching candidates, though? I think that they would have been more attractive than some other spots.
Yeah, I think just being patient actually right now, this freaking year, I think it looks smart because I don't think anybody was anticipating McDermott, Harbaugh, Tomlin, all to be gone, plus 7 other vacancies, right? Like, And I'm not saying that the Bucs need to stick with Todd Bowles forever. I think this last year was evidence like they need something different. But at this moment, be patient.
Maybe
Sean McDermott will be the Bucs' next head coach.
Hey, there you go.
Maybe Sean will come in.
Perna, heading to Denver last week of March. What should we do there to convince my partner that we should move there?
Oh, interesting.
I would assume
From
hiking?
Tampa. Okay.
Like hiking? Maybe, I don't know if you're
I mean, it's going to be a little chilly, a little nipply out
Okay, maybe
there.
a little skiing?
Yeah, go to the foothills, the mountains, get to the base of the mountains there.
Yodel?
Huh? Yodel?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
At the base of the mountain.
Yes. I mean, like, where, like, down, you want to be in the city? I never go down there. All the cool stuff you do, when the weather's warm. Go to Coors Field. Go to Casa Bonita. If that can't convince you, can anything? Anything?
Yes, sir. Oh man, Christian, I love that. Lifetime healthcare for players and their families. There is nothing that the ownership would hate more. They'd be like, "What do you mean we gotta pay for their health insurance?"
Yeah,
I don't know about that one. Oh, I love that idea. I love that one so much.
Estes Park, Garden of the Gods, good suggestions. Sorry.
I like that one.
Yeah, healthcare, who cares?
Okay. Getting back into the Super Bowl as we went on that tangent.
Diatribe.
Yeah, it's a good one too. How the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl. How can they do it? So you're going up against one of the better defenses in the NFL. They were the number 1 defense in terms of points allowed during the regular season. The way that both of these squads have made the Super Bowl, very different paths, right? So the Seahawks, they've gone up, they only played 2 games, but they went up against very good offenses, right? Say what you want about the 49ers, but they had a top 10 offense. You look at the Rams offense, they were number 1 in scoring and also number 1 in passing. And they were able to neutralize the crap out of the 49ers, right? And put up a ton of points. And they were also able to knock off the Rams. Then you look at the Patriots, they didn't go through the best offenses, but they went through some of the top defenses in the league on their way to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I feel like the thing that stands out for me is you mentioned the run game, but their pass rush has to continue to be as good as it is. And I think the thing that gives me a lot of optimism for the Patriots is the way that they were able to get after the quarterback in that Denver game, because Denver was boasting one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. And I know that you're playing Jared Stidham. You're not playing against Bo Nix, right? So you are going to be limited by what you could do. But they were still able to get pretty consistent pressure. And they blew up some plays back there, especially, of course, like the fumble that changed that game. So I think that is going to be one of the keys for them to win this football game. You're going up against the Seattle offensive line, which is much improved from where it was, but they're going to have to make Sam Darnold really uncomfortable back there. And if they're able to get that consistent pressure, I think they got a shot. And one of the things that Sam Darnold hasn't really done is turn that ball over during these playoffs, right? Gonna have to bring out the ghost seeing Sam Darnold, right? Yeah. There's that whole narrative like, oh, we're just waiting for Sam Darnold to collapse. You got to be able to get after him and force him to make those mistakes.
Yeah, because he's had stretches this season, even when the Seahawks had leads, where he turned the ball over quite a bit. I think it's getting lost too that the Patriots defense has been the best defense in the postseason.
Yeah, they are the number one defense, even though they've played 3 games.
Yeah. Now part of their points per game. The Broncos Patriots game that was affected by weather in terms of your total output there.
I watched that.
But their defense has been better. Now Seattle's defense was great against San Francisco. And I think seeing the Rams Seahawks game be competitive, I think it's a testament to how good the Rams offense is. And I guess my question comes down to, are the Seahawks better prepared to face New England because they had to go against a very talented offense in the Rams leading up to this versus the Patriots, who played, the Broncos without Bo Nix and a Texans offense that was just terrible.
Yeah.
Just terrible. And I just I don't know. I really like this matchup.
I do too. I think if it was even Patriots versus Rams, right, it would be an interesting one just because it's okay, you have a really good offense going up against a really good defense. Here, though, I understand why some folks are being like, oh, the Patriots are at a severe disadvantage here. And I did pick the Seahawks to win this game. And the reason I did is just because they are really succeeding in all 3 phases of the game, right? Their special teams is doing well. Their defense is playing well. Their offense is playing well. And I feel like just that for the Patriots, Drake Maye is going to have a near flawless game. Right. He's going to have to not turn that ball over like he did in the first 2 playoff games against the Chargers and also the Texans. But then it's also, as you said, the run game, you have to be able to run the football and create some kind of balance because the secondary for Seattle's no joke either. So unless you're Tariq Woolen and you're, taunting. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think that it's a really tough game to try and break down, but I think it's just going to come through the defense. Christian Gonzalez, right? He's going to have his hands full, but that's going to be a really fun matchup if he's on JSN. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. But I think they just have to generate turnovers. They're going to have to generate pressure, generate turnovers. I think that's their best shot of winning this game. Because if you keep it low scoring, that is going to benefit the Patriots.
Yeah, there's 2 X factors each team has. And that's for Seattle, Rashid Shaheed, and for the Patriots, Marcus Jones, right? If one of these teams can steal a score via their special teams, that'll be huge. And I feel like there's oddly one of those plays in quite a few Super Bowls. And then I think a way you soften the Seahawks defense is by running effectively, and that's really I think a 3-pronged attack of Ramondre, Henderson, and Drake Maye. The reason the Patriots beat the Broncos is because when they really, really needed to move the sticks. It was Drake Maye scrambling and converting with his legs. So I think Drake Maye's ability to run is something that they need to lean on.
Do that in the Chargers game too. Like
that's
he had
one of
that
the
big.
things Darnold doesn't really do. He doesn't do that well. He's not a running QB. I'm not saying he can't ever, but
it's not something you have to really account for as opposed to Drake Maye. Sum up Green Bay and Denver's season in one word. Green Bay, pain.
Denver?
Oh, there you go, Tim. Aircraft flight deck could accommodate 4 football fields.
There you go. See?
There you go.
Joyous.
So a doubleheader on Monday Night Football. That's what you do. On one half of the ship, you have the first doubleheader, and on the second half of the ship, you have the second doubleheader.
Oh, there you go.
Right? That's what I'm saying. There you go.
Every team plays on a ship.
That's how the NFL will evolve.
And then
we have Waterworld
together, and the teams swap ships so they can get their doubleheader in.
Yep, like that.
Now we're thinking.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. In terms of, I'm trying to think. Like Stephon Diggs, right? Got booty.
Ooh, the Seahawks have 0 turnovers this postseason?
No, dude, they're crushing it.
Look at that.
Not turning the ball over. Yeah, they're +4, and then the Patriots are +3 in turnover differential. And the Patriots, they've turned the ball over a couple times. They turned it up because those first couple games they were turning it over.
Who has 8? Oh, the Texans.
Oh man, look at the Bears all the way down there at the bottom, and then the Packers still lost.
Look at you reaching.
No, I said the Packers still lost.
Oh yeah.
No, it was. Trust me, it was pain. It was pain. So not great. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think. I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park.
No,
it's that Milton Williams, someone mentioned before, like Milton Williams going to have a big game. And we talked about this heading into the Chargers game, that there was like, this lack of pass rush that the Patriots have. But these last 3 games, man, like they have stepped up. And I know that the Chargers offensive line, not really a great example. The Texans offensive line, not really a great example. But the Broncos, Perna will tell you, like they had a really good offensive line. So that is like, oh man, if they can get that pressure in Sam Darnold's face, and they also can stop the run, then they got a shot, man. Because they're ranked 3rd right now, I think, amongst playoff teams. He had 214 rushing yards allowed. Yeah. Because I don't know, Perna. Like I feel like it's not gonna really come from their offense. Like, that's not how I see the Patriots winning this football game. Like, if they could just kick field goals, man, like, I think that they could potentially win this game. But their defense has to lock it down.
Yeah. No, it's both of these teams are defensive first teams, specifically through the playoffs. The Patriots were a team that got a lot of offensive attention through the course of the regular season. But I think since the postseason started, it's been the Patriots' defense has been the story. The Seahawks, their defense really been the story all year. Outside of early on when like Darnold and JSN were just lighting it up every week, and we're like, oh shit, can Jackson Smith and Jigba be the first 2,000-yard receiver? It's like, to me, for in the passing game for New England, I feel like Seattle's gonna take Stephon Diggs out of the game. I think like he's been the reliable receiver, the veteran who just knows how to get open, and Drake Maye's leaned on him. Kayshon Boutte's been their big play receiver. He has 6 touchdowns, I think, this season. One of the better deep threats in the league. But it's like Boutte and I feel like Mac Hollins are going to have to find ways to succeed in the passing game for New England. I think Seattle's secondary is tough. And I think they're going to force it to be one of those other 2 guys. And I don't know how much. I don't even know how. I don't know how much success the Patriots are going to have through the air.
Yep.
but I don't know how hard they're going to try to even attack. I think they'll be better suited to try and just be a run first team. If the Patriots if they can run and they can just eat up clock, like that'll be their best friend.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like low scoring, like defensive football, drag them into the mud. Like that's how they've won these football games, right? Like none of these games that they've played have been pretty. They've just been good defenses going at one another, and offenses at times either turning the ball over or they're not doing a whole lot, and they're still able to squeak out a win. Yeah. So like that, they're going to have to play that style of defense to bring down the very good offense of the Seattle Seahawks. Because that's the other thing too. Like the Seahawks going up, and we'll talk about this on Friday, but the Seahawks going up against really good offenses. That's why, I don't know, man, like the Patriots had a good offense this year. Don't get me wrong, right? They were top 10 in a bunch of different categories. Yeah. But if the Seahawks can handle the Rams offense, I think they can handle the Patriots offense.
Yeah.
Which is why I think it needs to come from the Pats D.
Yeah. I think like if you're trying to convince yourself that the Patriots are going to win, I think that the biggest hurdle, at least I have in my mind, is the Seahawks are the first complete football team they're playing in the postseason. And if had they played Denver with Bo Nix, it'd be different. But sure. They got a backup quarterback. They got a Texans team that their offense was just one of the worst we've watched in the playoffs in a while. And of course, a Chargers team without an offensive line. Like they have not played a truly complete football team. And Seattle is arguably one of the most complete football teams in the NFL.
Yep.
I think that's where, like, when I'm trying to think about the Pats really winning this game, and I'm not saying they can't, but like that's the one that I'm like, they haven't played a team like Seattle yet this postseason.
Well, I mean, because if you want to look at it the other way, right? The Seahawks only played 2 games, and they didn't play a balanced team in the 49ers because their defense is garbage, right? But the Rams are a balanced football team. Yes, they didn't play their best games, the first 2 weeks, but they're a more balanced football team than what the Patriots have had to play in the postseason.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, just has to be in the dirt, just drag them on down, force some turnovers, ugly ass game, and make it super duper close. So, yeah, Patriots being slept on. Seattle isn't perfect. They're definitely not perfect, man. No, I don't think that they're perfect at all, but I do think that they are a pretty complete football team. And I just I think it's going to be tough for the Patriots offense to move the ball against Seattle's defense.
Yeah.
But we saw in that third quarter, I know the Tariq Woolen taunting call, but we saw in that third quarter, they were exchanging touchdowns left and right. So if they can, as Perna was talking about, if you can grind out the clock, control time possession, and exhaust that Seahawks defense, absolutely the Patriots win this football game.
Also, it's like the Patriots, the only reason they scored a touchdown against Denver was because of that weird Jarrett Stidham fumble that gave them the ball in the red zone. That was like, and that was the first half when the weather was still good. They could not move the ball against Denver, like at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd be concerned about that as a Patriots fan. I think if really it comes down, if Sam Darnold plays well, the Seahawks win. Sam Darnold's the guy who's struggling under pressure, then Patriots they've got a good chance. So
exactly. Able to do that, control the clock. Patriots definitely got a shot. That defense, you get like a big time play, you get a couple turnovers.
Yeah, that killed the Broncos. The New England's, and that was a field goal drive.
That was a field goal drive.
It was like a 9-minute fucking field goal drive.
Yep.
You know how angry that made me? I almost wish they would have scored a touchdown there to be like, that was perfect.
Yeah.
Instead, we held them to 3 and we still couldn't get the job done. It was and coming out of halftime in a freezing cold game, the ramifications of that drive by the Patriots, and it was a smart drive. It was a great drive. All credit to them, but fuck them, Tom.
Adam, happy birthday. Appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about this on Friday. Like, I can see it. I don't think it's going to I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a close game.
Yeah, it's like the Patriots. I think the one thing I don't foresee happening is the Patriots blowing out Seattle.
That would be pretty crazy.
That would be the wildest scenario to happen. And if that does happen for the Seahawks, they will be completely validated for their entire season.
Yeah.
Like they go and dominate Seattle, and like they'll have like all the haha, look at our easy schedule now, fuckos. Like
I agree with this, by the way. Oh, game on the line. You're down at the 1.
The Rich Eisen show yesterday, they played like a montage of clips of Mike McDonald getting asked that question over and over again.
What would you do?
Yeah, it started out, it was fun. He was, having fun with it. And then he just got to the point, like, how many times am I going to get asked this today? He's like, I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus from that Seahawks team. There's some of those people that are still in the building. I got nothing respect. Like, he went from like, haha, to shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Listen, we'll see, man. We only got a few more days. And then this is always like the worst week. It's the week right before the Super Bowl because last week we've already exhausted like talking about the Super Bowl. And now it's just like, okay, like, come on.
Yeah.
So I just hope it's a good competitive game, but I think it's gonna be close. If the Patriots defense plays like it has been, I think it's gonna be a close game. Perna, what do you got coming out today?
A video. We're a little late on it, but it's about the
predictions for the 2025 season.
the grades for all the coaching hires.
Oh, okay.
So, and you and I kind of ranked them on Monday, but we're in the process of working on grading all this. And then tomorrow, I am doing a final Super Bowl power rankings episode. And no, it's not just 2 teams getting ranked.
So how are you doing power rankings then? If it's just
we're ranking a lot of things.
Okay.
Defense, position groups, coaches, devil magic.
Okay.
So
you're gonna curse one of the teams.
Yeah. Well, the last few years we've done like a predicting the Super Bowl, and Johnny was like, "Don't make me do that again." He's like, "Do you know how hard it is to try and figure out how to show stuff for something that hasn't happened yet?" Fair enough, Johnny. Fair enough.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's you know what? That's on me. That's fully and completely on me. I've been working on a Patriots skit that I think I'll be able to get done today.
Is it about Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick not getting in the Hall of Fame?
That there will be lines about that, but it is not what the skit is about. So I'm looking forward to it. And then tomorrow is gonna be members Q&A. That's what there. And then we'll have regular Friday night Q&A on Friday. But folks, we will see you on Friday and get again how the Seahawks can win Super Bowl 60. So if you're a Seahawks fan, why do you not talk about the Seahawks? Don't. That's gonna be all on Friday. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been
navigated.
That one. I totally
Napalated. Titillated.